What's going on YouTube? This is Seamus99. I am back bringing you Xerney's mod, a 3.0, the full release. The last episode was a bit of a long one, an hour and a half. I don't think this episode is going to be that long. I checked the analytics on that video, and I saw that of an hour and a half long video, the average view duration was 6 minutes and 10 seconds. I assume most people saw the cool looking thumbnail in their suggested feed and they clicked on it thinking, oh, this is going to be an hour and a half, and they just immediately clicked the back arrow. They couldn't have ran faster for the door. And the only reason why the number is so high is because Xerney's probably watched it at least twice and Lasmalin at least 4 or 5 times at this point. I don't know. He has this thing where he watches my videos like 5 or 6 times, which I'm flattered, but it feels kind of weird sometimes, you know? Like I can't stand the sound of my own voice, so I don't know. Anyway, in the last episode, we got up to level 11, levels 10 and 11. Probably some of the most fun I've ever had playing Epic War. Genuinely a blast. Level 10 was the Trojan Horse, which apparently the bomber rats that get dropped were bugged. They didn't do damage to anything. Even though I said that they did damage to everybody, I was actually as wrong as possible. They don't do damage to anything, and Lasmalin was in my DMs like, wow, Shade, I thought you were better at the game than this. I guess I had my expectations set too high for you, and I'm like, I was sorry. I was like, I'm so sorry, Laz. I'll do better next time. But I beat it first try, and then there was the Stabosaurus level 11 that I beat it in 2 tries, I believe. No, 2 or 3 tries. I realized pretty quickly I just needed to get the rage spell, and then I got a Scorpion was telling me it took him 2 hours to beat that level, to which I replied, well, I didn't reply, but I said it in my head. I was like, ugh, skill issue. Anyway, whoops. Oh, wait, I actually haven't looked at this. Read help, get all the units. Oh, look at these are question marks. Oh, and I don't have any of these. All is time. Get all spells and utility. Light over dark. Clear the moon. Light over dark hard. Clear all of the moon on hard. It unlocks nightmare. How much content is in this game, Xerney? Oh, let me read help so I can get the achievement. Oh, remember in the he had the beta where the help was literally like one thing. I think it was the thing that was like units heal faster if they're closer to their castle. Heroes will spawn slower with every death. I wish that you would actually say the specific number. I believe 6 seconds is added to their respawn time. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lasmalin. I'm sure you know that. Every time they die, it takes them 6 more seconds to spawn. Forward, retreat, and specific area movement for some units can be a very powerful asset. Okay. Units have different chances to apply effects like knockback, which make them perfect counters to units that are strong to their damage type. Yeah, that just went in one ear, out the other. That was word soup. Unit upgrades appear small but are huge when the unit is used right. Okay, so basically get good at the game is the tip there. The higher the upgrade of a unit, the more their purpose is noticed. Xerney is there. Lulan was sitting there like, Xerney, you have to put that in the help tab. But how are they going to know that the higher the upgrade of the unit, the more useful it's going to be? How are they going to know that unless we specifically tell them? Progressing far enough into the game will unlock the ability to upgrade units to level 6. That is a actually good thing to put here, I think. It's not really something I would put in the help tab, though. I don't need help upgrading units to level 6 when I wouldn't have even known that you could upgrade them to level 6 to begin with. Level 6 units evolve with their purpose further enhanced, but they gain small downside. All units except a couple have their strengths and weaknesses changed at level 6. Downside to level 6 can be ignored entirely by the right unit composition and spells to ensure their downsides don't occur in battle. Level 6 is always a good idea. Trial and error is success. Unit description only says so much, but there are hidden values. Don't take too long, or else. What? Or else what? That's so threatening. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean it. I feel like I'm gonna get fucking shot in the back of the head now. Don't take too long, or else you just hear a shotgun. Alright, anyway, I'm not doing Lost Tower until I beat Gobbo. Which Gobbo is gonna be up here in the volcano. Let's do level 12. Get through the onslaught of enemies, and I obtain the tank. I changed my comp a little bit, switched the heroes around. I like Popo on the bottom. And then I gave Popo the ranged units because Popo's least likely to die, and these units are the ones that I need the most, so I don't want them to be unable to respawn because Popo keeps dying. Or say I gave him to, like, Viagriff, and Viagriff keeps dying, and then I don't get my ranged units. Anyway. I gotta freaking remember how to play again because Oh, great, here we go. I'm used to Diablo 4 controls, which are very similar to this game, interestingly enough. I place my hand very similarly. Is this just gonna get Goblin Launch Bonanza? I expected a tank to show up. Is that a Yeti? Poor Yeti. We're gonna try the all assault. Simon, how the fuck? Simon's like, hey everybody. It's me. After the astounding success of levels 10 and 11, I kind of expect this level to be disappointing. Not because the level's bad, but because the other levels were just so good, I imagine it would be very hard to keep up that level of impressiveness. The tank being able to launch my units into the enemy is kind of nuts. Okay, I triggered the revenge wave. Alright, back up. What is it? Did I trigger the revenge wave? I don't see anything out of the ordinary. I got knocked back. Unless that's just the game telling me, hey, you're not allowed to beat it this quickly. Try again later. This tank is kind of nuts. See? Look at the paladin that launched. It's the chaos that I like. Oh, there's the freaking revenge wave. Alright. I believe in the beta there was only one revenge wave per level, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to stay that way. Oh, yeah, look at that. Great value comets. Yeah, no centaurs for you, buddy. It's a bit of a drag. My frame rate drops immediately because there's so many units on screen. So they need to die so that it's more pleasant for you all to view. How inconsiderate of the enemy to slow down my frame rate and make the viewing experience worse for the viewers. Yeah, this level's not standing out as anything particularly spectacular. The Yetis are... Oh, there's probably going to be more than one revenge wave. This is an annoying-ass fucking level. Every time I get to the castle, you knock me back. How frustrating. And Vigriff got glitched, and he didn't get knocked back, so he was just up there by himself. Sucks to be Vigriff, I guess. Are you really gonna knock me back every time I hit the castle? Because I'm gonna lose my patience real quick. I'm gonna start saying mean words. I wonder if this big archer is, Yeah, that comment didn't really do anything. I know it said something in the bestiary about giant elf, but I imagine it's just the same as the regular elf, but it does more damage. Also, these goblins falling from the sky are very annoying. I feel like, Xerney, you may be on the hinge of overusing the whole units falling from the sky thing. It's been in... It was on the monkey level, it's on this level, and it was on the Trojan level. Technically on the Trojan level. Even though they kind of fell from the Trojan. I hope that's not something that you begin to use and abuse for every level. I know that kind of adds an artificial level of difficulty because my units are attacking backline goblins instead of focusing on the front lines. But I feel like there's more interesting ways to make the game difficult than just dropping the goblins on top of me, you know? I'm just going to get to the castle and I'm going to get knocked back again, watch. I'm actually losing. I'm actually getting overwhelmed. This is insane. Very interesting. This big elf freezes very commonly. And these goblins are actually building up, and Vigriff gets frozen instead of being able to attack, and normally he can kill them all in one hit, but this big elf freezes him. Like, there's like a 100% chance to freeze. So I keep losing all my heroes. That big elf needs to go down. The sylphs can kill the big elf, except for the fact that they are usually not shooting the right way, since they're always hitting things in the back line. May have to switch up my comp a little bit. I don't know. I've already lost my heroes way too many times. Yeah, look at all these goblins. They're so annoying. But now that Vigriff is able to actually kill them, it's not really a problem. Big elf, public enemy number 1. Unfortunately, enemy that is already here. Yeah, that big elf has like a guaranteed freeze. If not guaranteed, then very, very high probability to freeze. I'm worried for Vigriff's health and safety because he's not able to attack these goblins. How long does it take for a man to get 12 freaking mana? Vigriff is gonna die again! I can't get past this fucking... this blockade! Valkyries, be better! Why do you die in one hit? Ugh. Xerney went a little too hard on the freaking counters, man. If you get hit by your counter, you just fall over. It doesn't matter how strong you are. And then there's goblins behind. Alright, fine. Wasn't expecting that level to turn into such a problem. Big elf. Big elf. Always freezes, yeah. I noticed. Strong against fucking everything, weak against something that's never gonna get to it. I need to do something about gobos. They're Pierce. Super strong versus... Fucking they suck. Okay. Super strong versus bash and projectile. Strong versus sorcery dark. I don't really want to use goblins. Then they die just as freaking quickly. I don't want to use were-tigers because they're going to get one-shot. I mean, yeah, they're super weak versus Pierce. One goblin's going to one-shot this were-tiger. I don't know why you give him a health value. It doesn't matter if he has 460 health or 4,600 health. He's still going to die in one hit to a freaking goblin. Valkyries weren't really carrying their weight either. Strong versus slice and projectile. Super strong versus bash. Why were you struggling so much? Weak versus sorcery. There wasn't any sorcery. At least not that I'm aware of. The monkeys were doing good. These guys... Weak versus Pierce. Fuck. Yeah, I feel like I don't have enough units to make it happen, you know? I've got all of them, though, so... Yikes. Shit. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I could try Dwarf Engineers. The Valkyries just did not do very well. Sylphs did good. Strong versus projectile. What is that elf? It probably has the same thing. It's probably projectile unit. So stuff that's strong versus projectile. So the centaurs might need to stay? I don't really want to take out Valkyries for that, though. I also don't really like paladins because the goblins raining from the sky basically renders them useless. So small units unite, I guess. Alright, immediately I'm noticing some improvements. I definitely think paladins were holding me back. Because, like I said, goblins rain from the sky, and the paladins have such a long attack animation. And they're just getting stuck in the back killing goblins. I might as well use some small units that attack faster so that I can kill those backline goblins. Get up to the front lines and support my heroes in their endeavor. Even though this is still going to be a process. This isn't even the hard part yet. I can't even gauge if I'm doing well until I see how I do against the giant elf. I will say one thing about this level. I don't really like this level, but one thing that I like about it is that the giant elf doesn't start spawning until I damage the castle. And then it spawns regularly. I think that's actually interesting. I don't think I see that very often. That's kind of like a unique thing. A unit starts to spawn after the castle takes damage, and then it continues to spawn. Normally, they'll come out in, like, a revenge wave, and then you don't see them again. But this time, it's different. Man, these monkeys are kind of getting on my nerves. They are constantly aiming the wrong way. The thing is, I don't want to get rid of the monkeys, because if I do, then they see that rock can bounce, and the giant elf is, well, giant. And there's a very good possibility that those rocks can hit the giant elf. So I don't want to get rid of them. Jesus, my monkeys are so annoying. Just throw the rock the right way. You have 2 directions to throw the rock, and you continuously pick the wrong one. But I got to the castle. That's something, right? I'm gonna get knocked back, knock me back. Getting knocked back means I triggered the next stage. Huh? Well, for one thing, Vigriff lives. Hardly. Well, there he goes. Okay, there it is. I swear to God, it happened sooner last time. I did not get the castle that damaged. That's Vigriff's first death. Okay. So question is, do I use rage spells to try to get to that archer faster? Or do I spend my mana on the comet and try to blitz her down? It's unfortunate because Vigriff is just perpetually going to enter Stunville, home of many stuns. I don't know, I kind of just want to kill her, but the moment she dies, another one's just going to spawn, you know? So, I mean, look at this! This is what I'm talking about! Where the fuck is Simon? This is where it all falls apart. I can't kill the goblins because Vigriff can't attack. Simon! Oh, hey Simon! Good to see you here. I know you're off in the Bahamas enjoying your freaking dry martini with the little umbrella. and having a good old time while Vigriff stood there and got freaking abused to death by goblins. Thanks. Can I knock her towards me with the comet? I noticed that Popo's attack kind of crowd controls her. Okay, that one was... But it sends her the wrong way. Maybe if I hit her from behind, she'll go forward. It does not appear to be the case, though. Popo died? How the hell? I literally can't do anything. Simon and Vigriff need to be together so that if one gets frozen, the other can attack. But that doesn't really work, you see. It just doesn't really work because the tank will usually separate them. The synergy in this level is actually surprisingly interesting. I thought it to be silly, but upon further examination, the synergy between the big elf and the tank is actually very fascinating. Where is Simon? Simon, why are you chillaxing? Bahamas? Dry martinis? You just went on vacation. You want to go on another one? He cannot do anything. He cannot play the game. And if this elf is dead, it's not a problem. Oh, this is so unbearable. Oh, this is rough. Back up. Simon, you're gonna get obliterated by a frozen arrow. Just back up. Vigriff has already taken 8 million years to respawn. That's cool. The good thing is, I don't think that a big elf will spawn until the current one dies. So the current one's dead, and there goes the next one. Yeah, so... Yeah. This is an annoying fucking level, man. This level strikes a bad chord with me. I don't know why. This giant elf strikes a bad chord with me. Back in the Bahamas, I was drinking a dry martini. Vigriff is dead, but I don't care, cause I'm on vacation. Oh, it's so frustrating. You kill her, and you're like, yes, I can finally do something. And then you just look up, and there she is. And I can't make progress. I'm just stuck. I'm stuck, and it sucks. Let's play a game. The game is called Where is My Hero Simon? Oh! Now he's in the pits of hell. Hot tourist destination and achievement unlocked. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna get pushed back again and again, and eventually my hero's respawn timer is gonna become too ridiculous to stop, and then I'm just gonna eventually succumb. I'm going to lose the war of attrition, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And I'll use all my mana to kill the elf. The elf is dead. And... it's not respawning? What? I mean, if it chooses not to respawn, then I might be able to win. No promises. Wait, where's the giant elf? The giant elf is gone. Did Xerney really set a limit to how many can spawn? And once I kill them all, then they stop spawning? Was this level was really just the war of attrition, huh? Alright, I take it back. I actually kind of like this level. I didn't think that they would stop spawning. I thought that they would spawn infinitely. And that the whole point was that I was just supposed to overpower it, but no, I was supposed to kill as many of them as I could without succumbing myself. And then once they were all dead, they'd stop spawning, and then I'd be able to. It wasn't the intention for me to be able to just walk up and beat this castle like this. I actually had to kill all the elves so that I could finally wither them down. What a very interesting concept. I take it back, Xerney. I think you're a mad genius. I mean it, I actually do. That level was very interesting. It was like survival, almost. Like, I just had to stay alive. But it was more than that. I couldn't just stay alive. I had to kill those archers. Be it with Popo, the monkey balls, or my comet. And I got the tank for that. Is it still void? It is. Strong versus dark. It's void. It doesn't have any strong versus anything, or at least it shouldn't. Oh man, I'm nervous, dude. These levels are tough. These levels are pushing me to my limit. Let's see. I am going to take out Monkey and put in Tank. Let's try that. Interesting comp. Normally I would not be using this assembly of units. I would almost certainly use Paladins. I would almost exclusively use something like Valkyrie or the Gorillas. And I'm not even using Elf Rangers, dude. I should probably be using them, actually. They're lower pop, though. I'm gonna use them instead of the dwarves. That freeze their attack might be helpful. Who knows? I might have to just get out and... change my comp. It would appear that Fast Bull is fast. Interesting. Ah, the Six Centaur. I don't remember anything about the Six Centaur, but I think it freezes? No. I don't remember what it does, actually. Is it just me, or is the game running a lot faster than it normally does? Even, like, I know at 2 times speed and whatnot, but even with 2 times speed, it usually is still a bit choppy just because there's so many entities on screen. But right now, it's like running smooth. Like, I'm a fan. Oh, wow, there's a lot of Minotaurs there. Holy shit. There we go. I need stuff that's strong versus bash. Yikers, brother, that's a lot of shit. Vigriff and Simon, y'all are gonna have to really freaking carry right now. Actually, my tank is doing stuff. I like that. Well, I don't like that. I don't like my tank dying because it launched a... Ooh, back up. I foresee things going very wrong. I actually don't think tank is a good unit here. There's nothing falling from the sky. So I don't like the quirk of their units ending up in my backlines, because then my sensitive units might die. Very well. Okay. I get it. I understand. Super strong versus bash. I need paladins. That's it. Paladins. Any other stuff that's strong versus bash. Strong versus bash. As well. Gobos. Strong versus sorcery. Weak versus slice, pierce projectile. Yeah. Aren't these guys also strong? Super strong. I mean, they are bash, but... Super strong versus bash. Aha! Super strong versus bash for the Were-Tigers as well. Wow. This game fucking hates bash. Weak versus bash. Okay. I didn't realize how many things counter bash. Jeez. Okay, let's try that again, but this time with more finesse. Nice to have Were-Tigers here again. Honestly, I kind of missed them. They should do very good work against those giant clumps of these Minotaurs. And in fact, I feel like it's going to be a really satisfying sight to see that sword just hit and take down, like, all of them. If I can keep my beavers alive, that would be fantastic. Only problem is they put themselves in front whenever they attack. That's kind of the downside about them, is that they move far forward when they get hit. So that means that they're gonna get shot, and once they get shot, they kind of die. This is what I need them for, though. All right, Vigriff back up. Vigriff back up. Vigriff back up. Vigriff. Hey, Vigriff, I gave you an order. Would you like to go and back up? I don't want him in the front all by himself, because then he alone is going to tank all the enemy fire. And that means he's going to whittle away and die. I'd like for the damage to be spread out equally among my troops. Is that a Clara? Yikes! Okay, back up. That Clara is going to be a problem. I need her to die. Oh, there's more than one of them. God damn it. Dagnabbit. Oh, and they're strong. Oh, and they're tough. Might have been nice to have the elf archers here, the elf rangers, because they might have been able to freeze the Karas. Oh, it's a sentence I never thought I'd say. I wonder how many people in the world have said that sentence before. I'm probably the first person to ever say that series of English words together like that. Oh, this is kind of rough. Vigriff, do something! Where's Simon? Where the fuck is Simon? I found Simon. How the... Oh, the tank launched him over there. Simon, I don't know how to tell you this, but I don't think you're getting out of there. Beavers, man! I swear to God. You give them 460 or whatever health, but it doesn't fucking matter because they die in one hit. Why even give them health to begin with? Just say, won't die if hit by these units, will die if hit by these units. That would make more sense, and it would be more accurate. I will say, I think that overall, I am a bit displeased with how resistances work in this game, because it's very reminiscent of Saga. And anything that reminds me of Saga is a bad thing. I feel like it's like in Saga, it's like, oh, you have fire unit, I have water unit, so I win. But you have water unit, I have what countered water? I don't even fucking remember, honestly. I don't care. But this is kind of what it makes me feel like. It's like, oh, you have bash unit? Well, joke's on you, I have that thing that counters bash unit, so I win. I feel like it's okay to have, like, strong against this, or super strong against this, and I wish it would just be something simple, like if you're strong against something, you deal 10% more damage to it, and you take 10% less damage from it. If you're super strong against it, then 20% instead of 10, and if you're weak, then you take 10% more, or if you're super weak, then you take 20% more, or something like that. That's what I would have kind of hoped it would be. But this kind of just feels like the Beaver Warrior, for example. Like, if he's getting hit by the guys with the hammer, he takes, like, no damage. And then it takes one centaur to shoot him one time, and he dies. That just doesn't feel right, you know? Like, I get he's kind of like a glass cannon, that's kind of like what you were going for, but it's like Saga, like... It really feels like Saga in how it's being, like, portrayed. Can't say I'm a huge fan of that. All in all, I've been very impressed with this mod, but, I mean, yeah, there's gonna be a couple of missteps here and there. I know that balancing the game has been, it's been a bit of a challenge. It's probably been, like, the biggest challenge. I unlocked Kara, right? I did. Yeah, and it's just... I don't know. I think the balancing overall is okay. It's just I don't like the strong against, weak against, super strong against, super weak against system. I just don't. I don't think it's the most intuitive way. It's kind of just like, oh, okay, you're using these units. Let me surrender real quick, change my comp to hard counter your comp, and then collect the the victory. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make this a shorter episode. I'm gonna cut this episode off here. Beat level 12, level 13. Level 12 was a surprisingly pleasant level. I hated it at first, but the moment I saw that the big elves stopped spawning after I killed a certain number of them, I had a very large appreciation for that level, because I suddenly understood what it was all about. Level 13 was just pick the correct counter and just win. Not the most intuitive. Definitely feels lackluster when compared to the previous 3 levels. Here's to hoping that level 14 will be a little bit better. Defeat the knights. I don't know if that means I'm just fighting against a bunch of paladins. So, weak against dark. I don't have any dark. I do have a Kara, though, and I'm wondering if I should use her. I don't know. I do not know, but we will figure that out in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoy these videos. I don't get around to recording very often because well, life is a bit tough sometimes, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to make any excuses. I just don't record sometimes. But I'm here now, and I guess that's all that matters. And I'm probably going to record another episode immediately following this one. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please watch more than 6 minutes and 10 seconds of this video. Then again, chances are you've already skipped to the end and you just heard me say that and you're like, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, anyway, I'll see you all in the next one, alright? Goodbye, everybody.